What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy French Gator, and today we're gonna be looking at some more good music. All right, and we're gonna be reviewing an album that has released in 2024, and today's album is gonna be Young Gatita presents their debut album, Shoelace and a Knot. Written and produced by indie singer and songwriter Valentina Zapata, Shoelace and a Knot was released in January 3rd, 2024, and Valentina has released a few EPs and singles before this debut, and I haven't listened to them yet. But after listening to this album, it's definitely sparked my interest to go and check the rest of what she has created. But without further ado, Shoelace and a Knot is a rock pop album that has wonderful production for a debut album. It sounds like it was made by an experienced music producer, and it's not easy to achieve that level of production for upcoming artists. The guitars are loud and present throughout every song, which fuels the momentum of the record, and there's never like a slow moment. Very charming and pleasant listen overall. And also on a side note, I love the album art cover. It's I like the colors. They're so vibrant, and I'm a huge nerd when it comes to artwork. But with all that being said, let's dive into the individual tracks that this album has to offer. So track number one, Poppy. I'm just gonna say this now, has one of the worst mixing in the record. It's not my favorite track of the record. Thankfully, it recovers from this blowback, back blow, whenever you transition to the second track. So the second track steps it up a notch. Reckless sounds like it was inspired by sounds from Beach House and put her unique guitar style into the mix. It's a big improvement from the first track and sets the foundation of what is expected later on in the record. Track number three, Other, is one of my favorite tracks on Shoelace and a Knot, simply because it carries a very warm and sunny feeling behind the production. It has a very summer-like feel, and absolutely enjoy the synths here. I'll go ahead and play a little bit of that right now. Track number four, definitely the catchiest track here on the list. Armchair has drums and guitars that do a fantastic job at complementing the vocals when reaching the chorus and bridge. The song is definitely most memorable when it comes to the lyrics. I'm in an armchair. It can be drawn out a little bit. I could definitely see this being played, on a radio. I can see this song being reached by a lot of people. There's no specific demographic. Very good song. hmm Moving on to track number five. This is the punchiest track on the list. Track number five has some raw and impressive vocals. It shows what kind of talent Valentina can express. There was a lot of emotion drawn into that song that I really appreciate. And moving on to track number six. This is track number six, which is called Two Sigs, is another one of my favorite tracks. It's my second favorite track, just because it is short and sweet and to the point. I feel like this song captures a lot of that charm that is displayed throughout the record. But Two Sigs is just it does a lot of what track number 3 did. It captures that warm, sunny feeling, just hanging out with your other, and yeah, just very, very charming. I love it.
Get me out of here. Have 2 cigarettes, shed another tear. Other fears, cheers.
Moving on to track number 7. I feel like Pick at Your Face falls a little flat in the beginning, and I feel like I'm just waiting for the song to quote unquote get good, right? I'm just waiting for the chorus to hit and waiting for, those guitars. The song is not as memorable in my opinion compared to the rest of these songs. It sounds just a little bland. Track number 8. When I first listened to Crack of Your Jaw, I was like, I definitely heard this melody before, without a doubt. Then to my realization, it sounds a lot like Dress by Soft Cult. And if you are unfamiliar with that song, I'll go ahead and play a side by side comparison for y'all to hear how similar these two songs sound. What I will say is that Valentina's version is louder and faster than Soft Cult's version. Crack of Your Jaws sounds like it belongs in Shoelace and a Knot, though, mostly because it still has Valentina's charm implemented in the lyrics and sound. It's still fast, it still hits on the right note, still punchy. Either way, very nice track, even if it gets inspiration from, other artists. Track number 9, I more of the same. I'm gonna be honest. I don't. The song as well didn't really resonate with me as much. On the ninth track, I was trying to look for something new and more grand than what I've already heard, and number 9 just played more of the same. And last but not least, track number 10, the slower instrumentation and raw vocal screaming makes this a good closer for the non-stop momentum it carried out since the beginning. The last track is my third favorite track. You can hear those emotions being screamed out. It sounds to me, I like when the artist can be vulnerable with their music, and delivery is most important when it comes to that, and I feel like they executed okay. So overall, most of the lyrics on the tracks weren't as memorable or took as many risks as I would like them to be. The lyrics were, of course, delivered in a very unique way, but the writing was unfortunately played a little too safe, in my opinion. Most likely for the betterment of reaching a broader audience. I see a lot of potential for this artist to grow as they create more music down the line, and I hope to hear more experimental sounds and deeper lyrics that connect the listener with more about the artist herself. With all that being said, I would rate this album a 7.3 out of 10. A nice and fun listen, but can improve in certain areas. Aside from my personal ranking, this artist is definitely worth checking out. And definitely go spread some love their way because she did a good job for their debut. I honestly cannot wait for what else she has to offer down the line. Yeah, and hopefully Valentina sees this as inspiration to be a little bit more creative with her future projects. Those are my personal thoughts on the record and my first impressions of Young Gatita. Let me know in the comments what y'all think of these few songs. That have y'all listened to them? What did you think of the previews I played? Does it do some of these songs that remind you of some other stuff? Because I feel like I feel like this record gives me a lot of deja vu. I feel like I've heard some of these sounds before, but I can't really put my finger on it. And maybe some of y'all in the comments could help me out with some of that. By the way, what do y'all think of this? Is it a thumbs up? Is it a thumbs down? Let me know in the comments, and let me know if there are any other music that I should be covering and what kind of artists y'all would like me to listen to next. Thank y'all so much for watching. Subscribe. Talk to y'all later. Peace.